Every new day, we get a chance to set the record straight, a clean slate, the opportunity to choose greatness and to stop making excuses. Motivation is cheap, discipline is difficult, but discipline gets results. Your mindset matters. My name is Miles Biggs, and this is Relish the Journey. Welcome back, travelers. It's your host, Miles, here for another episode of Relish the Journey. I appreciate you all tuning in for another rendition and really feeding your minds here while this world seems to completely change. It's like every time I wake up in a different world than the one I went to sleep in, it seems, these days. That got me thinking about the topic I want to come to all of you about on these Monday episodes, and that's this idea that in this uncertain world right now, the only thing that we can really control is ourselves. So I'll say that again. In this uncertain world right now, the only thing we can really control is ourselves. And what I mean by that is we have the opportunity every day that we wake up to make a decision about how we're going to show up that day, right? A phrase that somebody shared with me, Dennis, who's been on here before, Dennis McGinley, he likes to say, show up powerfully. And I love that phrase because showing up versus showing up powerfully is a completely different thing. And if you're the type of person that's listening to this podcast, chances are you are that person that shows up powerfully. You lead, and your actions are driven by your mindset, which is why consuming content and learning new skills is so important. And so that's really one of the things we can control right now. What we're doing with our time. A lot of people around the country are quarantined at some level or another, working from home, told not to leave your homes unless you're going to the grocery store. This is the time when a lot of people are panicking at some misinformation or exaggerated information on social media and the 24-hour news cycle. And it's easy to get lost in the anxiety of it all, right? But you can't control any of that. What you can control is your own personal world, your own personal actions, the way that you show up every single day. Are you showing up powerfully, or are you showing up scared, timid, anxious, going through the motions, allowing yourself to be swept along with everybody else instead of standing firm in what you know to be true and what you're confident in? So the way I've approached this quarantine is a focus on my non-negotiables. Non-negotiables are things that I'm going to do regardless of the state of the external world, right? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get a workout in. I can't go to the gym, so I set up a gym in my basement with some hobbled together exercise equipment I've had throughout the years. I was collecting dust in my basement. It's not the best, but I'm making it work, right? Then I have coffee and breakfast, and now that I don't have a commute, I have more time to hang out with my family and my son and my wife, and it's actually a pretty awesome morning. Then I come upstairs to my podcast studio when I'm talking to you, and it's been shifted into my sort of command center, as I like to say, and I go to my job. And I can do it all remotely because I'm in marketing, and the agency that I work for has awesome tools that allow us to be a remote workforce and still communicate with each other and our clients. I do a podcast for them that we shifted to every day to bring business leaders marketing tips and advice right now. So check that out. It's called Integrate and Conquer. The agency is Mojo Active. If you happen to want more of this guy talking to you right now, you can check out that business podcast. But so I put my work in, and then in the evenings, I'm still doing the coaching. I'm still doing my own podcast. I should add on Thursdays now, I'm doing a live stream with Dave Cooper on LinkedIn, talking about building your brand as people turn to the internet right now. And I'm eating right. I'm drinking my water. I'm staying away from alcohol and as much sugar as possible. And I'm really trying to keep my physical being in the best shape as possible. I'm meditating, keep my mind in the best shape as possible so that when I get these external things knocking on my door, I've built up those powerful walls to keep the crazy out, and I can control myself. And what I'm finding is that I'm almost more productive than ever. I'm in my own little cocoon of my positivity and my crazy motivated self, and I'm crushing stuff at work and with my side hustles and just my family and my emotional well-being. But it's all because I chose to, right? I'm choosing to control the things I can control and not focus all my attention on the things that I have absolutely no control over. So my challenge for you all, during this midst of the craziness, all this time, extra time you have at home on your hands, I want you to think about 3 to 5 things, right? 3 to 5 things that you could be doing at home right now that are productive, innovative, and just slightly uncomfortable. Some things that you can do this time to grow either yourself as a person, some personal development, some self-mastery, or your business. Now is a phenomenal time to work on your business and not necessarily in your business. I know right now, Pennsylvania, your physical business location cannot be open unless you're in a life-sustaining enterprise. So people have time to pivot what they're doing, work on their business, on themselves, on the things that they can control. And you're going to come out the other side of this pandemic, this craziness that is our world today, a much stronger individual, a much stronger business, and you're going to be better positioned than the people that gave in to the panic and stuck their heads in the sand. So that's my message to you on this Monday where your mindset matters, and I try to motivate you a little bit, is to focus on the things you can control. You know, somebody recently said it best to me that they were outside and listening to the birds and looking at the animals, and she had this epiphany that, you know, the animals have no idea what's going on right now. They're still going about their daily life. Their world is turning. And I am in no way advocating to not pay attention to the health advisories, right? But I think that's a beautiful statement, right? That even though the world around you is crazy, your individual world doesn't need to change completely. You can still be happy. You can still be focused. You can still be productive while all this is happening. And that's my message for you this week. Control what you can control and try to make the best out of this odd situation we all find ourselves in. Until next time, everybody. Cheers.